building barriers separating families and seizing territories. All appetite systems must go away. Away, they keep trotting away. Away, they keep trotting away. They keep on trotting on our land. And they want us to understand. Yes, those wicked things they have planned. Yeah, I hope on my brothers and my sisters we will not watch and stand. Oh, let us push them away. Away, they keep trotting away. Away, they keep trotting away. You build your houses on my farmland, and when I fight you don't understand. Day by day you keep expanding. Away, they keep trotting away. Away, they keep trotting away. Walking in the streets, you have to look up. Beware of the acid and beware of the rocks. The hate that you spread, one day it shall rot. This is a call to boycott, to a trotting on my land. Now stopping till you understand. We refuse to be what you make them to see our way now. Away, they keep trotting away.
Rise up and take over your land. Come on with a good plan. Cause the old man, them just a thief man.
Jeunesse africaine, ce message est pour toi. Écoute-le, car nous n'avons pas le droit de faire les mêmes erreurs que nos grands frères.
Rise up African youth man. Rise up and take over your land. Come on with a good plan. Cause the old man, them just a thief man. Rise up African youth man. Rise up and take over your land. Come on with a good plan. Cause the old man, them just a thief man. Oba, tout ça c'est oba. 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 Chase the whole leader them. No for them are just a thief man. Chase the whole leader them. No for them are just a greedy man. Chase the whole leader them. No for them are sell we all. Chase the whole leader them. From the north, east, west to the south. I see them coming, see them shooting, innocent people. Just see them looting, people are dying. What a confusion. Come on and rise up a youth man. Come on and dash your lightning. Come on and dash your thunder. Come on and chase away the wicked man. Oba, tout ça c'est oba. oba, oba, tout ça c'est oba, oba.
Non, amolo di nyoma, kamono nukele. Namanjandwa yelela, umeganga na fulusunya. Nanuma amolo di nyoma, umeganga na fulusunya. Umeganga na fulusunya, katana yena. Namanjandwa yelela.
Rise up and take over your land. Come on with a good plan. Cause the old man, them just a thief man. Rise up, African youth man. Rise up and take over your land. Come on with a good plan. Cause the old man, them just a thief man. Oba, oba, tout ça c'est oba, oba. 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 Oba, oba, ça tout, oba, oba.
Chopper, chugga. Hey, come on. Let's see the talk now.
I am Nigeria.
Who be this rapper?
I am Nigeria.
Because Nigeria is sweet.
I am Nigeria.
Get one.
Fulani Hausa,
Mala. Inakwana.
Igbo,
Eka rom.
I am Nigeria.
I am Igbo and Hausa and Yoruba and many more. I am Fulani and Kanuri, Icham, Tiv and Ibibio.
I am Nigeria.
I am Igbo and Hausa and Yoruba and many more.
I am Nigeria.
I am Fulani and Kanuri, Icham, Tiv and Ibibio.
I am Nigeria.
Who sit the soil is no food, poverty don't wait the mango too. As anger follow you, see as politicians they done. Some pass it, them put up for your head, oh. Election reach, then tell you not better tomorrow. Oh, Papa go bring like people clap. Government's waiting them smart. Come see after the fact. Every day, not the same thing. Sunday come not church to go clean out your sin. I am Igbo and Hausa and Yoruba and many more.
I am Nigeria.
Kanuri, Icham, Tiv and Ibibio.
I am Nigeria.
I am Igbo and Hausa and Yoruba and many more.
I am Nigeria.
I am Fulani and Kanuri, Icham, Tiv and Ibibio.
I am Nigeria.
No be today, where the maca don't reach them conte like fish. No be today, where the mango sweet with couple boats I come pick. No be today, where woman they walk out for this fun. We go make sure say you stand. Sunday, shave, on you can dish. How the money take finish. We're gonna tell us in a court wish. My brother, wake up, I did tell you. My sister, wake up, I did tell you. I am Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, and many more.
Ah, bro, you call a village boy like Zina insult. Or you wake on go school when no sabi spell your own name. You think Zina you smart pass? But still they shine eye. Talk say. Ah, bro, you call a village boy like Zina insult. Or you wake on go school when no sabi spell your own name. You think Zina you smart pass? If food they table make it thank the farmer. But still they shine eye. Talk say.
Village boy, no day Friday. You walk out from distance. Yeah, I trek from a distance. You know where they come from. My farm, Raka from village, for heart of Igbo land. True Biafra and plenty carnage. Now for Obodo Igbo him come stand. See as people come they look, as tortoise don't sabi book. They tell him to go back now. But who are you to tell him? Then say village boy, no they bright. And when belly full, him they alright. No. But you wake and go school, no sabi right. Lose your way. Not corruption and greed they cover your eyes. US suit they claim big man, organizing your next big scam. But village point they wake go farm, and all the food we produce where you go yam. Education is a must. Now so government talk. But where's the money for the children? Just the one where you jump. Then say village boy, no day bright. And when belly full, him they alright. No. But you a Congo school, no sabi right. Lose your way. No corruption and greed they cover your eyes. No. Village boy coming from a distance. They say you no get sense. You no get sense. But who are you to tell him? Oh yes, you may be rich, but nothing in mean if happiness no day.
the signs. I've been hiding from that light, blinders on my eyes. You know I try to live a life that really wasn't mine, but I lost my mind. Hey, had to have a taste just so I could know, but you know how it goes down the rabbit hole. Doing what I know, trying to lose it all. Baby, tell me why I can't comply. Let the rain fall down, I wanna satisfy my soul. No, I'm not gonna lose control of my life. Let the sun come out, I wanna feel it on my skin. Let it wash away all the pain from my mind. Yeah. I had to find a door, had to find a way. Through the darkness and the storm, I couldn't let it sway. I stumble and I fall, but still I walk the line. I try again and again, but I mess up every time. In the middle of the night, somewhere on the road, I'm counting on my blessings, never let it go. No matter what you throw at me, you gon' see that I won't back down. Let the rain fall down, I wanna satisfy my soul. No, I'm not gonna lose control of my life. Let the sun come out, I wanna feel it on my skin. Let it wash away all the pain from my mind. Oh, let it wash away, let it wash away, wash away all the pain. Let it wash away, all this my control. I know I've been rushing, I've been struggling, fighting all my enemies. Cheap beer in the hot sun, in the got sun with a gun, I'm feeling free. So alive in my mind. I need peace, yeah, I need peace of mind. Yeah, I need peace of mind. Everything you know, you got a question from the start. Cause nobody's ever looking out for your head or your heart. There's a voice inside your head, a killer in the dark. There's a camera always watching, always filming from afar. No matter where you run or no matter where you hide, you'll never fall away enough for someone else to find. Trouble from the left, you got trouble from the right. Forget what they can't take away, is inside your mind. That's all inside my head. I do it to myself. I'm the hazard to my health. Ain't no one night. You got me loving and losing. I don't know what to do. Picking up the sweat. I really don't know what I'm trying to prove. All of these sleepless nights pass to me, but I know that I need peace of mind. I need peace of mind. Yeah, it's so hard. Everything you know, you got a question from the start. Cause nobody's ever looking out for your head or your heart. There's a voice inside your head, a killer in the dark. There's a camera always watching, always filming from afar. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, you'll never fall away enough for someone else to find. Trouble from the left, you got trouble from the right. Forget what they can't take away, is inside your mind.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. It's been a beautiful weekend. So much was going on this weekend. I mean, so many events. Oh, my goodness. Welcome everybody who's joining in right now worldwide. I am A.K. Sister Dobong, the African spiritual reader. And you know me as Zina Palin. Hi, the Tony Awards, that's what I'm representing tonight, all the awards. And I hear Celine Dion is in town. And tonight, Chair is taking over for Turtle. Turtle's out there taking care of the events tonight. I guess he's going to tell us what happened with Celine Dion and the rest of them. He's out there on the field tonight, and me and Chair, the manager, will be doing our things with the show tonight. So we want you to really enjoy this show with you. It's a little special. And don't forget, artists will be on shortly. We have a guest tonight, and I'll be interviewing a guest. So you're going to make sure you listen to those phone lines. The music not so loud, so you hear the phone lines. Because last week, a lot of people say the phone lines, they couldn't get through, but you will be able to get through tonight on the phone lines. So the lines is open. That's 718-253-4239, 718-676-0820. So you'll be able to call in tonight at any hour. If you have one free question by phone or you want to talk to me about something, feel free to call me tonight. And welcome to the King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDobong.com. And I want to see those likes. I want to see everybody, here tonight waiting on this great show. And again, we're going to have an artist on tonight, and we're going to be talking to the artists. Again, you like to call in. This is King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, and we are known as WVIP 93.5 FM. That's right, King and Queen Radio, WVIP 93.5 FM. So you want to enjoy this great show with us, folks, because we got a show for you. Hi, all you folks out there in North Carolina, I see ya. Yeah, folks out there in South Carolina tuning in now, go call your friends, share, and like the page, and tell them we are live. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're going to be taking those calls tonight on King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. So, okay, all right, good evening. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes. Who do we got this evening?
Evening. My name is William Monroe Terry.
Okay, I'm going to have to go so I can you come turn the fan down for me, sir, so I can deal with the people? Thank you. Okay, hold on 1 minute, gentlemen, because we are just turning the fan down a minute. Now I can hear you clearly. Now who do we got?
William Monroe Terry. I'm the CEO and founder of Always Positive Publishing.
Oh, wow. You got to say that again so the people can hear you, because we want to know who you are again. Tell the folks, because I've been waiting on you.
Yes. My name is William Monroe Terry, or William Terry, and my stage name is Billy Terry, and I am the CEO and founder of Always Positive Publishing.
Wow, that is very interesting. And by the way, I am Sister Dobong, and you're live on the King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDobong.com. Welcome, and we are happy to have you on this evening. And I have a lot of questions. Where are you located, by the way?
Well, right now, I currently reside in Patterson, New Jersey, but I was born in Sugar Hill, in New York City.
Oh, Sugar Hill, New York City. I like that. Well, all the New Yorkers are now listening to you, and we love you because we love our New Yorkers here. So it's amazing. What I like to ask you, what do you really do? We know your name, so what do you really do?
Okay, and that's a great question. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time. And it's an honor and a pleasure to speak to you tonight, and to have your audience listening as well. I'm a songwriter, a producer, and an engineer. I play the piano, and I sing and write, and we call it original music.
Wow, and that's fantastic. So you got a lot of things. You're busy all the time like I am. I think you're so busy do you ever get time for yourself to go out and have pleasures to see other people as well?
Well, yes. I'm looking forward to going out on tour, in fact, this summer in the greater metropolitan area.
Okay. Well, I see you're a busy person. So what was your childhood like? What did you do when you was a child, and what was you interested in?
Well, as I said, I was born in Chicago, but most of my childhood I remember is I grew up in the Bronx, and I really enjoyed my childhood growing up in the Bronx. I enjoyed going to school and playing sports with my friends. And I love listening to music and singing and dancing, and listening to, at that time, vinyl was very popular, and I sang in church with the choirs and with groups throughout the years growing up, and then I got into acting and singing and being in television and films when I was in college in New York City.
Well, I was talking to Mr. Aaron Bates, and he really wanted to get you on this show. And I says, well, tell us about this gentleman. He says, well, this guy is something special and unique, that he come from the Bronx. So since you come from the Bronx, did you ever get involved with hip hop?
Yes, well, yeah, it's funny you should say that. Well, when I was growing up, in fact, before I graduated high school, I went to a lot of the original jams that were in Evander Childs High School. I went to Bronx Community College, so I went to a lot of the parties at, actually there was a club called T-Connection on Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. That's one of the actual premier hip-hop venues of all time, and I hung out there, and I went to Bronx River to see DJ Africa Bambaataa and the Mighty Zulu Nation and some of their jams, and Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, DJ Breakout, DJ Barrett, and the Funky 4 plus one more, DJ Grand Wizard Theodore, and the Furious 5, just everybody.
Well, you've seen them all, so you got a history there. You got a great history, especially coming from the Bronx. You just made me like the Bronx because it was something about the Bronx. Brooklyn don't get along with the Bronx. Tell us a little bit what you know about the Bronx with Brooklyn. What did you hear as you was growing up?
Well, I didn't have anything negative. What I realized as I grew older was that, before we knew about hip-hop going in other communities, everybody was actively involved in how the music was created and the roots of our communities and the music of our elders, and from the homeland, most of all, was the cornerstones of hip-hop.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, because sometimes it's a great debate that Brooklyn started hip-hop. But do you really believe, since you're from the Bronx, I know you may tell me yes, did hip-hop really originate in the Bronx?
I believe hip-hop really originated from the Bronx because of that historical birthday party at DJ Kool Herc's house for his sister. That was a monumental moment in the history of hip-hop, because that was the first sort of hip-hop party and whatnot. So, And then all the other b-boy parties that I went to, and the jams, and the fact that it was in the parks, it was in the schools, before it became a part of the mainstream, it was just really just street culture, and just within the community and the parks, and just anywhere that there was opportunity to have electricity, the power of the turntables. They can get a party going right there.
Yeah, well, I know you've had a lot of parties back in the days, and now Bronx is building back up with the house scene. Did you ever get involved with the house scene?
No, not really. I mean, wait, I'm sorry, could you repeat that again?
House music.
House music? House music, of course. House music was out more so when I was in my college years. Like, I think in I would say late 80s or early 80s, but house music was very popular with the disco era.
Well, I'm happy to hear that from the Bronx, because you would never think people in the Bronx would even care to even listen to house music, House
music was very popular.
Yeah, well, I want to ask you something about the Bronx. You got all those hills and valleys. How do you deal with the people living on the top of the hills and valley? Don't you get afraid? People don't get afraid when there's a flood and a storm that the houses go wash down?
No. Some things, I think as young people growing up and just in the community, you get used to it. I mean, I was on the 14th floor. When I was living in Mark Terrace, that was a very important part of my childhood I want to bring up. As I lived at 3410 Zina Avenue, right down the block from Beatrice Avenue train station, and I was on the 14th floor, and it was a great experience. And there were a bunch of private houses across the street, but there was a group by the name of GQ. They were on that block, and Christopher Williams grew up on that block. DJ Africa Bambaataa and his family lived in that building, and so did I. And it was a very influential part of my childhood, because we had a lot of young people with talent right there in one neighborhood, and to see how everybody could express themselves.
Wow, I'm so excited to talk to you. It's like I'm talking to a real star, because it looks like you've been dealing with them all out there, so you and nobody just knew. How long has you been in business now, and how long you been singing?
I've been basically singing my whole life. I grew up as an only child, and I had a lot of friends growing up, but when I spend time by myself, I love just listening to music so much, but I love singing and dancing. I remember I grew up, Soul Train was really, I really loved Soul Train and American Bandstand and the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh, yes, those was my show, Gigi.
Those are my favorite shows.
You remember the little mouse that they called Gigi, Jojo, Gigi?
Yeah.
I brought back some. I brought Topo Gigi. Topo Gigi. Yeah, I know many people don't know about Topo Gigi. I guess we'll get somebody now gonna use that as their name, Topo Gigi. What's your name, Topo Gigi?
You really have to know the show to remember that little mouse. It was funny. The show was great. It was a lot of fun, really.
It really was. And my favorite show back in them days was the Gong Show.
Say it again?
The Gong Show. You remember the Gong Show? That's
what
when
was your name?
Gong, G-O-N-G, the Gong Show. That was when you didn't sing right. They would go up there and...
Oh, the Gong Show, of course. Yeah. Chuck Barris and the Gong Show.
Oh, I took you.
He was hilarious. And Mean Gene, the dancing machine.
Yes, my friend. So how do you feel when you create music? Do you get in it? Do you hear sounds? Because I have some people around me, and they can be walking upstairs, and all of a sudden they just hear sounds. How do you feel?
Well, to me, it's a spiritual thing. I mean, when you really, it's all in a melody, actually. When you really have a sound that you really, that you can really feel. It could be a note or it could be a riff or something. It gives you certain feelings. Sometimes people say that they get the goosebumps, but that's part of it too. It's just it's a spiritual thing.
Okay, and I like that because there's a song, it's a spiritual thing. And I know my music, so I hear it's a spiritual thing. So why is music so important to you?
It's important to me because it's one of my favorite forms of self-expression, and it's a universal language. I remember when I was growing up, and when I was in my 20s and 30s, I used to go out to a lot of concerts in New York, and there would be so many people enjoying the music, and you really get a sense of oneness with the audience and with the artists on stage, that everybody knows the songs, and people are really singing their hearts out, and they're expressing a lot of great emotions, and it's really, music can be quite cathartic, and it's a way of being able to express your emotions.
Well, I am so happy to talk with you here this evening on the King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. You're also on SisterDobong.com, and we're known as WVIP 93.5, the American version. Okay, so what I want to ask you is, what is the future for Billy Terry? I like that name, by the way, Billy Terry, and Always Positive Publishing.
Well, I'm going to continue to forge ahead in the future and release more music. I have a single that's out right now. It's called Once Upon a Time in a Dream by Emmanuel and William. It's available on Spotify. It's available on all digital platforms. And it's available on Audio Mac, on Deezer, and on my website you can go to n1m.com/BillyTerry1.
Well, you need to repeat that again, and don't forget you're going to be up on King and Queen Radio this week, and your song's going to be played there. So we need to hear that again so people know that they're going to go to King and Queen Radio this week. Anytime this week, it should be put up, your songs. You sing
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was going to be in touch with Hiram tomorrow, and I'm going to probably do it probably Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon.
That's right.
The song is entitled Once Upon a Time in a Dream by Emmanuel and William, and also on some platforms it's Billy Terry, and it's on Spotify, it's available on Deezer, it's available on iTunes, and as well as Audio Mac. But one of the main websites that you can hear a lot of my music is www.n1m.com/BillyTerry1.
Oh, that is beautiful to hear. And we're going to push your music on King and Queen Radio. Your music going to be worldwide, and you're going to be heard all over the world, because that's one of the popular stations going on. There's so many people listening to you this evening in Africa, my Africa, and all over the world. You're being heard right now. And what is your name again, so the people can know your name? I can keep you on all day because I love your energy. What is your name again?
And I love your energy as well, too. It's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you and hear your beautiful voice. My name is William Monroe Terry. My stage name is Billy Terry, and I am the CEO and founder of Always Positive Publishing.
Wow.
ASCAP.
Now, do you publish other music as well?
Well, mostly my music I do have a catalog of 29 songs, and most of my music is my own, other than the song that's out now, which is a collaboration. But I'm looking to collaborate with more artists and to meet people as I continue my journey and as I go forth in touring and making appearances. But yes, I'm open to collaborating with other artists, of course, and seeing what we can come up with.
Okay, that's good to know, because we have King and Queen, we have many artists. And I want to ask you another important question.
Sure.
How do you feel about New York now?
It's changed a lot, and I think I still get excited to go there. I mean, the thing is, for me, there's nothing like your childhood or when you're growing up in the age of innocence. But the other thing is, New York is still one of the most incredible cities in the world, and just to be a person who's born in New York, there's nothing like going home and still being in New York. So no matter what happens there, it's still gonna always be my home. I'm always gonna have some extraordinary memories of growing up there.
Wow, well, that's very good to hear, and I am so honored to have you on this show this evening. But I want to ask you a little favor. Now, the favor is you sing. Can you just give us a little piece of what you sing, a song that you love so much you can just sing us a little verse?
Sure.
You knew I was going to catch you on the spot.
No pressure.
Yes.
Should I sing something of mine, or should I sing somebody else's song?
No, I want you to sing something of yours. We want to know about you. We don't worry about nobody else.
I like that. All right. Wow. Well, let me see. Let me think for a minute. I'm thinking. I'll sing a little bit of a song called. There was one winter, and I wrote this song called "There's Nothing Like Being at Home with You."
Okay.
So I'll sing a little bit of this song.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay? There's nothing like the first snow and being at home with you. There's nothing like the first snow and being at home with you. Ooh, there's nothing like the first snow and being at home with you.
Wow, you got an Academy Award on that one. I mean, that note you hit so high, I can't even do it. I need your voice. You got them high notes. I love that. Wow, I can't wait. So give it one more time so they can go and listen to you this week, because you're going to be live on King and Queen Radio. What song you want them to hear this week?
Once Upon a Time in a Dream by Emmanuel and William. And on
Okay.
some platforms by Billy Terry.
Well, you know, since we got to have you on more often, so it's a pleasure having you on this evening. And we thank you and Mr. Aaron Bates for getting you on here. And thank you very much. And God bless you, and can't wait to hear that music.
God bless you, and thank you so much for your time. And it's been a pleasure and an honor speaking to you as well.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
God bless you.
You're welcome. Good evening, folks, ladies and gentlemen, and you heard Billy Terry, and you got to listen this week on King and Queen Radio, and you're going to hear this fantastic voice. You just heard a little piece of it. We don't know what's coming next. So stay tuned on kingandqueenradio.com and listen to Billy Terry coming up this week. So we're going to take it back to the manager chair. He's sitting in tonight for Turtle. Shout out to Turtle out there, looking out at the awards. I think Celia Dion is in town, so he's getting whatever information he can get from there. And we got from last night a lot of information last night. We gonna be talking about the Grammys last night. Oh yeah, we got the information. We got the inside of everything there. So we may not do it this week. I may bring a guest on next week to talk about her inside of the Grammys, okay? Because was there, and she got everything that you need to know. So that's why you need to stay tuned to this radio show. And I'd like to give a shout out to my team out there in Africa. Such a great team. Worked so hard this week. We changed BrooklynStation.com now to a talk show. It's going to be mostly talk show. If you're on there and you want to talk about something, you want to bring your topics, we are dedicating it to Brooklyn Station. We are in Brooklyn, so we're looking for all the Brooklynites business and events. Something going on in Brooklyn. Brooklyn Station is inviting you in the door. With cheap prices. So if you're from Brooklyn and you want your business exposed, Brooklyn Station is your station. We changed it to a talk show. Also, on the weekends, you'll be hearing house music all day, and you'll be hearing hip hop, and you'll be hearing R&B, and you'll also be hearing calypso and reggae. So what can you lose by listening to brooklynstation.com? So we want you to go there right now and download the app called Brooklyn Radio. Brooklyn Radio, download the app, and you got brooklynstation.com waiting for you. So it's a pleasure. So let me take you back to Che.
It's in the stars and moon at night. Well, I can feel it all around. It's emanating from the clouds. It's in our love, the feeling beaming from above. Your soul is glistening in the sun. Tune of vibration, you're the one. It's in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die. When I can see it in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die. It's in our dreams. Messages sent out in live streams. Transmissions shoot out through the air. Well, I can feel it everywhere. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you touch, the way you soothe. My head get all in up with you. Yeah, we've got nothing left to lose. And it's in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die. Well, I can see it in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die. It's in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die. Well, I can see it in your eyes. I said just be my ride or die.
Wow. If you're just joining us now, you're listening live to King and Queen Radio, brooklynstation.com. And don't forget, you can join us every Monday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. That's right, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. That's every Monday night. I want to say a shout out everybody who's tuning in right now. Big up to you, BM out there. Big up to you, Manny, and big up Lot, the manager out there. Big up DJ Pop Mark. DJ Pop Mark shows is fantastic. That's every Friday. He promoting the artists is a King and Queen Radio, and he's a fantastic artist as well. And we get ready to get new people added on soon. I want to say to our promoter, Sylvester Israel, big up to you out there for doing such a great job out there in Nigeria. So big up to all our other Nigerian fans out there. And don't forget about Valentine. Big up to you as well, keeping things going going very well. So it's so much going on. We got so much going on here as well. We've been very busy, and today has been a very hectic day. And DJ Lott also is an artist and singer. He gave up his career so he can keep the station going. And I tell you, he's got everything going. So brooklynstation.com, you'll need to check it out, folks, because it's really going to become the top radio talk show. We're going to have a lot of different talk shows, a lot of different things. It's very unique, very different from King and Queen Radio. King and Queen Radio is already in the millions. We want to bring Brooklyn Station up to the millions. I want to give a big shout out. Wow, Russia is leading out there. Germany is leading the radio.co. So we want to say shout out all the German people listening out of there because they're listening from radio.co. This station is running on radio.co, King and Queen Radio, and brooklynstation.com. We're on radio.co. So radio.co transmit this to all over the world. So by that, we get Russia, Brazil, Mexico is leading. We got our Nigeria on the chart, and also we got Scotland. So many places it's jumping to. So every week you'll hear different people from different places. So all over the world, England, big up to you out there. We see you. We know you're with us. So folks, you want to be heard. We are heard all over the world. So John the station, who got more than 1 million internet, that's got over 1 million and is still growing more and more and more. Through your sharing and your like and your love of the station, we are growing more popular. There's no money made, but we got love of likes and shares. So we appreciate that. And please do support the artists. Please do support the artists because the artists is very important. You to go and support them. Go to Spotify, you go to TuneCore, wherever you have to go and support our artists. We got so many different artists on there. You go on kingandqueenradio.com now and you'll see our artists. I don't like to talk about them too much. We want you to go to King and Queen Radio and read about them yourself. So go and check our artists and share and like the pages, because I can't say one is better than the other because they're all good. So again, go and check out the artists on King and Queen Radio. We have a show every Tuesday. We got Wallace B show coming up this Tuesday. Wallace B show coming up this Tuesday. Also, we got a show coming up. You know, Che. Che, tell them about your show so they can know about your show.
Let's see. This week it's just going to be going back through the Lost Book of Enki. I was going to last week, but I was going through the Universal Principles, and that pretty much took up this whole episode. So this upcoming week, I'm going to discuss basically the Lost Book of Enki, which covers, it's a Sumerian book that once translated, it turned out it covered something like 500,000 years of human history. Well, not necessarily human history, but 500,000 years of history. And it goes into a lot of technical details on genetic manipulation, gene splicing, and stuff like that. So I highly recommend tuning in. It should be pretty interesting if you're not familiar with the Sumerian histories, which a lot of people sadly aren't, because they don't really acknowledge them as actually being history.
Yeah, well, the Sumerian history is very popular. Wasn't what Jezebel is involved in that?
I think that's Babylon, which is right after Samaria. You know, basically Babylon kind of was built on the ashes of Samaria after they had a significant war, and it appears it's pretty likely that the Anunnaki used nuclear weapons at that point in time, because it was shortly before they left.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. So you don't want to miss his show tomorrow. That's 9 p.m. sharp. And you want to learn about the Anunnakis. I know a lot of people say, what is the Anunnakis? Can you give them a little example of what the Anunnakis, so they can have an idea? Because you're saying a word that millions of people are unfamiliarized with.
Yeah, and actually, it's starting to. But people are starting to become more and more aware of it because it's kind of hard to bury it now because I mean they got Göbekli Tepe and they got. I was just watching. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he was an archaeologist that he was finding these rocks. They were hollow rocks that would make like tones. And it wasn't until later that he figured out they were the bones of giants. Now, the Anunnaki go back, according to the Sumerian histories, they came here about 500,000 years ago to start mining gold because they needed to basically rebuild the atmosphere of their planet. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
It sure do.
But eventually, they basically designed us to be slaves to mine the gold for them. But I mean, originally the relationship between us and the Anunnaki was fairly benevolent, right? Because they didn't start out as what they became, right? They were actually kind-hearted at the start, and then I don't know, something happened. There was a point at 4000 BC, their planet passed by again because it's known as the 12th planet, which is Nibiru. It has an orbit that's 3,600 years long, and it's like it's not going to pass any time in the near future. It's like at least it's 1,200 years before the next time it comes. So I mean, anyway, where was it? Oh, yeah, it started out their relationship to us was pretty kind, but then their politics, shortly after the state visit of their leader in 4000 BC, they were told that they couldn't return to their home planet, and stuff got kind of crazy after that because they were stranded here basically forever. At least the ones that had been here for a long time. So they're basically an alien species that genetically engineered us to be slaves, and then something happened, and they went underground. They basically their offspring, their hybrid offspring with us are basically the giants, which are spoken of by absolutely every faith in the world.
That's the Nebulant men.
Yeah, and the men of renown, which can be translated to be different, the Nephilim, and there's parts of it that we don't know, but the Sumerian histories are very specific. And I mean, when they're sitting there talking about DNA strands and the number of strands in our DNA and the genome, I mean, how the hell did the Sumerians know about something like a genome? It's not like they could look at it.
Well, I want to just ask you one question, and then we're going to move forward. How are you so sure, a man now in this era, so sure that they understood the scientific, what we know today? Their science, wouldn't their science be a little different from our science?
Our science today is so far behind what they knew. It's not funny. We have made no scientific advances. Quite the opposite. We've become less scientifically, because it used to be, in order to be a scientist, you had to understand both this realm, this level of reality and existence, as well as the higher realms of existence. In other words, you had to understand both physical sciences and metaphysical sciences. And now it's like we separate those two, and that means we're going backwards. We're a lot dumber now than we used to be 10,000 years ago. A lot, at least as far as...
Well, I don't think we much dumber. How do you know, and this is argumental, how do you know those people still not existing among the government, and they are underground and they're hidden?
They do. I know that for a fact. That was my first episode was discussing their plans. And it's not necessarily them, because a lot of them left, but this region here is under the control of Inanna, otherwise known as Ishtar, whose symbol is the owl, which is very, very prominent in your Oak Grove group, your Bilderbergs. It's included on our dollar bill. The owl is the symbol of Inanna, and Inanna is one of the ones that couldn't leave. But they are mortal, right? They're not gods. There's a point after the state visit where they set themselves up as gods, and that's where everything got messed up, somewhere around the Tower of Babel, which, from what I gather, at Babel they were upset because we were basically trying to build a means of basically traveling to their planet. And it may have been looking for, a lot of it's been the quest for immortality, which has been significant for the powers that be, or the Anunnaki, since they were told that they had to stay here or they would die if they left this planet, right? If they went home, it would, the change would kill them. So basically, you know, like I said, there's still pieces of it missing, but it all makes complete sense. And the Sumerians are very meticulous in their record keeping. I mean, they don't play around.
Well, folks, you got a taste of the medicine. What you'll be listening to tomorrow night, and that's from 10 p.m. until on brooklynstation.com. All shows are broadcast on brooklynstation.com, so we suggest that you download the app or go on the webpage and see us like you're seeing us now. Hello out there, world. There's so many people out there worldwide. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you at. But wake up. No time to sleep. There's no time to sleep now. Get up, because you're going to be up with me till 2 in the morning. I work too hard, me and Shady, for you folks to sleep. So we want to see those hearts and likes and sharing this page to your friend. And let's do this. Let's make it happen. Let's go on the map. Don't you want this station to go on the map? Be part of putting this station on the map. Okay, we're going to take it back to Shay with some of that good old music he playing.
That's what I got. Oh. So make it come outside to baby. So many things we gotta do, baby. You put your fire in my eyes, so shawty. Burning bush. And I don't control myself again. Will you tell me your location? Only 5 minutes, baby, I get there. Will you tell me your location?
Smoke Kitchen.
You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby. You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby. These feelings I got for you is emotional. You call it madness, but I call it love. Supernatural. I'll be keeping it real with you till the day I die. I'll be hold your hands. Baby, I know it day without you. Cause all I need is somebody really somebody. Oh. I'm feeling so lonely. When you there, I'm gonna look at you. Will you tell me your location? Only 5 minutes, baby, I get there. Will you tell me your location? Only 5 minutes, baby, I get there. You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby. You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby. So make it come outside to baby. Make we enjoy. So many things we gotta do, baby. You make my world go round. You put the fire in my eyes, so shawty. Burning bush. And I don't control myself again. Will you tell me your location? Only 5 minutes, baby, I get there. Will you tell me your location? Only 5 minutes, baby, I get there. You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby. You dey cause your attention. All I want is to make you my baby.
morning, love. Yeah. And the sunlight hurts my eyes. And something without warning, love. There's heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome back, welcome back. Woo. Well, you know, since we starting a talk show, and Shay have a talk show, me and him gonna talk a little bit tonight. This is a topic I'm gonna bring up to him and see how he thinks about it. Tonight, the topic I want to talk about, survival of people. I call it survival of people who need their green card, who wants to become a citizen in the United States. And when I say that, they'll go to a lot of length of exploiting people in love and other ways of getting a green card. What do you think about when someone pretends they love you, Shay, a man or a woman, and they meet somebody and they live with them and make them believe they love them, but they're really in for one purpose, is the green card? What do you think? Do you think that person deserved to get their citizenship?
That boils down to, you know, I mean, if it's done in that manner where it's deceptive, you know, that's selfish. So that has its own karmic payback with it, right? I mean, it comes with a slap back. It's spirit and intent, you know. I mean, I've seen it where there's people have been paid to do that, which, you know, I mean, if it's set up beforehand, I mean, who am I to say, right? But I mean, if you're gonna take advantage of somebody like that and hurt them, you know, there's no way to make that correct, right?
Well, you know, I am from a country from where a lot of people is marrying American citizens, and they don't love them at all. They just with them, but they play the game of love so good until they get their papers, and then when they get their papers, they're gone.
Yeah,
and it's so many people are hurt.
Yeah, the spirit and intent in that's going to come back on them. It's as simple as that. You know, the law of spirit and intent is a principle. The spirit and intent with which you embark on an endeavor is going to be the spirit and intent which returns to you. So, I mean, if they're going to be that selfish, then, you know, it's like they can't really cry when that comes back to them, can they?
So that person really is going to get the karma, is that correct?
Yeah, you don't get out of karma. There's no attorneys for that.
So what do you think now with this new trend going on? And I see it a lot on Facebook. These super rich women are marrying these white Caucasian women, marrying these black young African guys. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'll keep out of that. I don't have a dog in that race, basically speaking. That's not a race I want to get involved in, right? Because I mean, I guess each to their own.
No, it ain't about race. It's about the marriage of 1 is 60.
No. I mean race as in like a race. Like I don't have a dog in that race.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I
That's
got
one.
you.
That's none of my business. It gets to be a mess when you're dealing with the relationships people develop these days, because you know nobody really understands what love is anyway anymore.
Oh, okay. So you answered the question right there without knowing it. So most people don't know what love is.
No, not at all. You know, I mean,
So-
think about what you've witnessed in your life in relationships between people. I mean, it seems like everywhere I've gone, I've seen some like relationships that made my hair stand on end. Like, hell no.
Well, I guess that's why people are not married anymore. Well, is it good still now to tie the knot? That's like a Vegas thing, an overnight thing. Just a fantasy. I got married.
No, I was happily married. I still miss my second wife. As a matter of fact, I still miss my first wife. I love both of them, but it's like we had to go our separate ways. Marriage is hard these days because, it's like people tend to, it's like they tend to turn their relationships into a prison more than anything, It's like a lot of possessiveness, a lot of expectations, and it's a mess.
So you just broke up family values, to me understanding family values, because listening to you now saying that, a lot of families will be broken apart because they'll be afraid to get together because this can occur. So are you trying to say that it's better to stay single and everybody just do their own thing?
No, not at all. I'm saying it's better to if you're in a relationship, allow each person the room to grow and develop, rather than try to possess them, own them, and limit their experience.
But isn't marriage is where you're supposed to grow together and go through the pain and everything together? Isn't that what you're supposed to do and supposed to understand that? That's the meaning of a family. Because let's express it this way. Family is family, but they don't get along and they always got something going on with each other. There's never going to be no happy family, but they still family. So now, don't you think marriage is the same thing? You with that person, you got to go through these things.
Well, yeah, but don't you think that person deserves a little bit of their own space to develop?
Well, if they're going to
themselves
get
as
their
well?
own space, then there's no reason for the world to have marriage at all. Then
And I beg to differ. Marriage is a relationship, and a relationship doesn't mean you own the person. The person still has we still have a purpose here. We're here to learn to perceive higher levels of perception. We're here to learn. This is a rite of initiation. And each individual goes through that right themselves. So, it's like if you don't allow a person room to develop as themselves, as a person by themselves, you're actually hindering their growth.
now
So,
you
marriage means you
living with someone and you and them been growing together, and all of a sudden you see them going down another path, which can be detrimental for them. You mean to tell me you're going to sit there and call this let them grow?
Yeah.
That's what marriage is there, to control a situation.
No, control has nothing to do with marriage. That's the problem. It's
Well,
not about control.
what is your meaning of marriage? Because you sounded like
And marriage is a partnership, and you don't control your partners. You allow the person room to go out and make their mistakes. Certainly, you're there to catch them.
go out and make their mistakes.
Yeah. How else do you grow? I mean, what am I
Okay,
supposed to
in a world
do
like
everything for them?
Okay, in a married world like we live in now, you're gonna tell a person go out and make your mistake. I give you space.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the people out there can easily just take your love away so fast.
If they can take your love away, then obviously it wasn't that.
You pushing them out there.
Nobody can take your love from you.
Well,
It takes two to tango.
so your marriage is, I see where you're coming from with that. Your marriage is like you do your thing and I do my thing.
Not necessarily. It's that if you have something that you need to go do, you're free to do it.
Wow.
I don't own the person, they're my partner. And it's like if I can't trust my partner, then I'm not with my partner.
Wow.
Period. And if
Well, I can tell you one thing, that sounds good if you don't have nothing in common, babies and kids, and you're talking single life. Because if you got a family, you can't be telling a man or woman, you go out there and take some space. You talking from, I assume you're talking from a single man, a single point of view, because when it come to family, ain't no woman gonna give a man no space, and ain't no woman No man gonna give a woman space to go out there and have space
And that's why marriages don't last.
when you have a family going on.
And again, that's
So
why marriages
okay, so
don't last.
with family going on, you suggest to go out there and have space.
Absolutely. Why not? What, a person can't have their own life in addition to the relationship?
Don't you think that's going into like monogamous, different? How you say that when you have two people at one time?
That would be polyamorous. I am polyamorous.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why
don't-
you're talking that way.
Yeah, monogamy is a myth. We're not monogamous. It's caused so much misery believing that we are, but look around you. Monogamy is the exception, not the rule. If we were monogamous animals, it would be the rule, not the exception.
Okay, well that's your view, and folks, you heard it. So we're gonna take you back to some good old music. And by the way, this is not of the station. This is our personal opinion, and me and Chet, we love to get into our little different opinions, but we are buddies. We are partners in business.
Yeah.
So we don't care what each other say. We used to each other already. So, folks, take it however you want to take it. But I'm going to say to Shay, my man ain't running out that door and running all about and talking about he needs space. He going to get some space. He going to get a pot upside his head. That's all I can say. I'm a fighter. Go ahead, Shay. Give us some music.
War and crime in a Babylon. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. But it's a war and crime in a Babylon. War and crime in a Babylon. In this time, you've got to make up your mind. Whoa, oh. But it's a war and crime in a Babylon. War and crime in a Babylon. Youth man, you've got to make up your mind. Yeah, yeah. It was just the other day, I read it in the paper, where a brother shot his own brother for only $1. Yeah, yeah. It was just the other day, I read it in the paper, where a brother shot his own brother for only $1. Yeah, yeah. But it's a war and crime in a Babylon. War and crime in a Babylon.
Shout out to Beauty Queen I see. Big up Beauty Queen I see. Shout out there to D.A. Wise out in Chicago. It's a war in Babylon.
War and crime in a Babylon. Youth man, you've got to make up your mind. Bob Marley, leave the law. He is the owner of the law. Peter taught him leave the law. But Red X just a mash up the law. Garnet Silk him leave the law. But the works must carry on. So keep still, judge of people keep still. Let Pinky Drake tell you what you want. What war and crime in a Babylon. Ooh, war and crime in a Babylon. In this time, you've got to make up your
And
mind.
that's right. I like to say a big shout out there in Ghana. And a shout out there to all the Rastafarians listening to us now. It's a war in Babylon.
Waiting there happy for Africa. Dirty old men holding on to power, leading the people to where? The grave? Huh. Wicked criminal leaders. Unuguay? Huh. coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? I see the people crying every day, yo. They want food, them can't find. I see the youth looking for a job, oh. Every way, him can't find. Mr. President, him just belly food, oh. Him and him family, they no suffer, oh. Suffer, suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, suffer, rich man no they suffer. Suffer, suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, suffer, rich man they suffer. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, oh, we die for Colego. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night, oh. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so?
That's right. I know you're enjoying this music. I know you're enjoying it. Yes, yes, yes. Good evening. Don't forget, I'm Sister Dobong. You're having troubles in your life and have no one to turn to. Maybe you're going through issues in your life right now and you need some spiritual help. Yes, I'm the one you need to call, Sister Dobong. You may having troubles with your man or your woman right now, your loved one. Person is not treating you right, not coming home at night, staying out, talking to you shortly, not being there for you no more. Don't worry. Call me Sister Dobong. 718-253-7273. Call me, Sister Dobong. You may having troubles right now on your job. Someone giving you a hard time, and your job, you just keep going there, and people just making you feel uncomfortable. You got to eat. You can't be worrying about those people. So that's why you need to call me Sister Dobong. What I'm picking up on someone is have feelings all through their body. It's like if worms or something crawl in your body. Someone right now listening to me and they're having a spiritual condition, something is bothering them and they just can't get themselves together physical wise. Everything is shaking in their body. They feel things crawling on them. You need to call me Sister Dobong. There's something spiritual going on in your life, and someone has got you agitating, and they're using some type of doll, and they're doing some type of string pulling, and as they do this, it's keeping your life in a mix-up and in confusion. And you need to call me. That's 718-253-7273. Someone took a trip somewhere to visit some relatives, and there was someone you there that you just got suspicious about. Yes, that person may have sprinkled some dust, did something to you to causing you to be feeling the way you're feeling. It's like you're feeling like you're in another world. You don't feel the same. Something spiritual. Make sure you call me Sister Dobong. That's 718-253-7273. I'm picking on somebody who has went to court, took the person to court, and the person got away. Well, you want that person to pay back for what they done to you. You need to give me a call, Sister Dobong. That's 718-253-7273. Someone is having an issue in trying to sell a house. You got the house, but no matter what you do, you can't sell it. Because the reason you can't sell it, the same landlord owner or the same person that's fixed that house where you can't sell it. And no matter what you try to do, you won't be able to sell that house because it's been blocked. The person pretending they're working with you to help you sell the house, no, they fix you spiritually. You got to break that curse and that house will sell. So again, call me 718-253-7273. Somebody named George is going through issues and you're feeling that someone gave you something. Yes, they did. Call me 718-253-7273. Somebody had a great big party and someone you loved it, you wanted them to attend, and they found all kind of excuses not to go with you because they don't want to travel with you no more. They don't want to go with you because someone got them tied up to them and their mind is not with you anymore the way it used to be because the person has two voodoo dolls and one separating one way and one separating another one. They got a black doll and they got a red doll and they got them pointing one to the north and one to the west. And that's why you'll have a hard time to conquer that person. You may want to call me Sister Dobong. That's 718-253-7273. You want to stay tuned, or you can call me. If you want to ask me a question, call me on the phone. That's 718-253-7273 for appointments. But if you want to come in and get you will need some spiritual work, I work with you over the telephone as well. So you're not no long distance that I can't work with you. So make sure you call me. Or you can simply write me, AfricanReader@AOL.com. AFRICAN, AfricanReader@AOL.com. That's AfricanReader@AOL.com. Or simply call me 718-253-7273. You can even write me on Facebook, KingandQueenRadio.com, Facebook, Brooklyn Station on Facebook. Again, that's KingandQueenRadio.com on Facebook, BrooklynStation.com. So if you write me on Brooklyn Station on Facebook or KingandQueenRadio.com, simply write me on my page, Zina Palin, ZinaPalin, Zina Palin. That's King and Queen Radio. I have several Zina Palins, which is me, but I use the one with King and Queen Radio, Zina Palin. You can write me there as well. Well, I know you want to hear some more music. That psychic music energy will be back for you. But before I go, don't forget to call me 718-253-7273. I'd like to say a big shout out to Beauty Queen Nassim. Shout out to you, Beauty Queen Nassim, and Manny Ann. Big blessings to you, girl. And God bless you all, and bless DJ Pop Mark and his family. A lot big up with you, always being. And also, we want to thank Valentine for all he doing. Sylvester, big up to you. Shout out to all the artists out there. And please, folks, go on KingandQueenRadio.com. Visit the artists, BrooklynStation.com. Support, share, and like the pages, and send the artists. We have a program that's every Tuesday coming on. And Wallace B, that's from 8 to 9, and from 9 to until 11, we have our DJ, host, manager, he a little of everything, but that's engineer Shay Bernard. Then that's every Tuesday from 10. You got to listen to the show. The show is very good, very interesting. I'm learning more about the Anunnakis than I know about myself. I love it. I mean, this topics is something you need to know, because it's right here in your eyes, and people don't teach you this in school. So it's not fairy tale, it's a reality. Again, we have shows on Wednesday. Skate Legendary Boo, Skate Legendary Boo. DJ Shan S gonna be canceling his show for a while, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but he's on Thursday. But he may be canceling for a short period of time. We're not absolutely sure. But my host and DJ Turtle, he has a show every Saturday. That's from 8 until that's every Saturday. You can hear all type of music, very good music. You'll love it when DJ Turtle get on them ones and twos. And Sunday we got shows lined up. We'll be telling you more. And if you want a show, you better write. I have a manager. He'll give you his number out. You write me, African Reader at AOL, but you have to go through the manager and get the show. So write us on King and Queen Radio, and we'll get you set up. And shout out to all the new people coming. We're supposed to be getting another artist is joining us, I think, as late as tomorrow. So again, big up to each and every one out there again. And make sure you download again. I'm going to tell you, download these apps. We want you to be able to come directly to the station. This your station now, King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. This is your Facebook and your station. We have a chat there. You start using it. Write your friends on it. Let's see you get on the chat. Leave your messages on the chat on the webpage, King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. Take it back to the DJ and let him spin a little bit and cheer you up with some good music. I talked enough for the moment.
Oh, baby, I cannot say. Where did you run to? Where did you run to? I wanna go there with you. Where have you drifted away? Oh, baby, I cannot say. Where did you run to?
Them a killer, cold-blooded killer. Police, them a killer. Police a killer, them now and say we a killer. What's when we driving now we Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the wrong, so we are the most expensive dinner. Police a killer, them now and say we a killer. What's when we driving now we Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the wrong, so we are the most expensive dinner. Oh no, listen to me, lingua. If you ever know what some policeman in you woulda shot God for your bat attack when your ears are the cops them your ears are chin shop. Come investigate the matter, earth with the pack. Inspector Barrett no a car park, don't lick the stash. Come collect me pack, but you not get a shot. Drop him on it, a top bury up a dove cat. Police a killer them now and say we a killer. What's when we driving now we Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the wrong, so we are the most expensive dinner. Police a killer them now and say we a killer. What's when we driving now we Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the wrong, so we are the most expensive dinner. Just kick back and listen. Look on the sign them on the wall, what it with. Look on the case file, how them going missing. So what's a man I go like say I them now in the mingle. You seem they never learn a lesson. A steam ya a blow like water in a kettle. Them banket drop this I wanna make a level. I stand toward the village of them and they make to heaven like a lucky seven. Police a killer them now and say we a killer. What's when we driving now we Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the rams, so I ate the most expensive dinner. Police a killer them now, I say we are chill ya. Person my driving now with Benz and Beamer. The response said them here with the rams, so I ate the most expensive dinner. Them a killer. Police them a killer. Them a killer. Cold-blooded killer. Police a killer them. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Got all the dark clouds that have me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Oh yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone, and all of the bad feeling have disappeared. Ooh, here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be so bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. There is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
so bright.
Bright, sunshiny day.
Gonna be so bright.
Bright, sunshiny day.
So bright.
It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
So bright.
Bright, bright, sunshiny day. Why do you fight for no reason? Fight for no reason. Warmongers, why don't you put down your guns? Warmongers, why you love run for your guns? Mr. Petty Petty Thief, you think you're so tough, but I want you to know the time is getting rough. Yes, you hide behind the things you do, 'cause it's where in your heart that no one sees you. But if you know the Almighty Jah, you know that He's always watching you. Oh, I say, whoa, it's now. Why don't you put down your guns? Warmongers, why you love run for your guns? Warmongers, why don't you put down your guns?
'cause I know he'll let me conquer. He'll never let these children them suffer. Let's unite and live together. Warmongers, why you love run for your guns? Warmongers, why don't you put down your guns? Say warmongers, why you love run for your guns? Warmongers, know that your fun a go down. They're always setting trap for we. The almighty boss of all trouble. Waiting for one-on-one to make a mistake. To rail about the big stain. I know that Jah will show us the way. Give us the strength and fire to keep the enemies away. I know that the enemies are plenty, and I know that my fears are empty. And Jah will never let them conquer me, no way. So I say, warmongers, why don't you put down your guns? Warmongers, know that you found that good down. See, warmongers, why don't you put down your gun? Warmongers, why don't you put down your guns? What you read is what you sow. Ask Johnny Ringo, he should know. Stand on him in war. Say him I come from the days of donkey collar. Know them like him in a policeman cellar. Officer charge him for 2 count of murder. I saw him now say him shouldn't kill him brother. Warmonger.
The true original African reader and advisor has reunited loved ones and families, helped many prosper in business, brought favor in difficult court cases, helped with the most desperate problems where many have failed.
Call me, Sister Dobong, at 718-253-7273. Don't give up.
Private confidential consultations in English, French, or Spanish. Results are guaranteed.
Sister Dobong is an African spiritual reader and fortune teller who specializes on horoscope, fortune telling, psychic readings, and spiritual guides. With over 30 years of experience, she has been touching lives positively, bringing hope to the broken, healings to the depressed, and answers to the questions about nature. You can call Sister Dobong on 718-253-7273. The number again, 718-253-7273. Or you can also come to 1752 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn in New York. 1752 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
Fighting alone against some odds. Independence come after brutalized Fill me with disgust. A place where the young can grow. Truth and respecting all they know. Not taking it fast, just take it slow down and let us all show that there's no reason to feel lost. Someone else fighting alone against all odds. There's no reason to feel lost. Fighting alone against all odds. There's no reason to feel lost. Fighting alone against all odds. There's no reason to feel lost. Fighting alone against all odds. To protect themselves, pumping the blood from the different wells. Sweat from a back, your bottle and sell. Anybody wake up, police come quell. On your stolen go calculating, panic in the air behind regulating. Next generation is suffocating, and yet we act like nothing's going wrong. Talking about climate change for so long. Some will see, say it's a con. Sun start shine, they first to run. Free to be first, no second quench everlasting thirst. Trying to lift the curse, but you should know. There's no reason to feel lost. Fighting alone against all odds. There's no reason to feel lost. Fighting alone against all odds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a journey into sound.
We're about to take it back from the top.
Check this out. Check this out.
Sonny, what you did? Wake up now. Bro, you know say time don't reach. Sonny, no worry, we dey here for you. Sunny, on the Queensland boss. Oh, sunny on the Queensland. The night boss is here. Sunny, sleeps over. The night boss is here. It's coming from Trafalgar Square. Sunny on the Queensland boss. Oh, sunny on the Queensland. The night boss is here. Sunny, sleeps over there. Why don't you? Can you hear the sounds of the traffic? On the stones and the distant concrete, rocked by the sounds of the breeze and stops, riding on the Queensland bus, watching as the people go by. Keep imagining your lives, you try, hugging your back for warmth. You're waiting for your bed to come. Sunny on the Queensland bus. Oh, sunny on the Queensland. The night bus is here. Sunny, sleeps over. The night bus is here. It's coming from Trafalgar Square. Sunny on the Queensland bus. Oh, sunny on the Queensland. The night bus is here. Sunny, sleeps over. The night bus is here. Why don't you? Sunny, time don't reach you go sleep now. Go to you go to. The noisy neighbors, the neon lights, humming, engine the distant nights. The look of pity and some of disgust. He's closing eyes on the night bus. Living in the streets of the city. Had to run from your land and your country. I'm waiting for your bed to come. Waiting. Sunny on the Queensland bus. Oh, sunny on the Queensland. The night bus is here. Sunny sleeps over. The night bus is here. It's coming from Trafalgar Square. Sunny on the Queensland bus. Oh, sunny. Sleeping on the Queensland. on each.
From behind the four walls of this prison where I am permanently incarcerated, this is an apology letter to my daughter, Aziza. Aziza, please forgive me. I am sorry. I'm sorry, please forgive me, Aziza. Forgive me, oh little Aziza. Don't know what happened, Aziza. Aziza, 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 my daughter. Aziza, Aziza, forgive me. Aziza, 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 forgive me. Aziza, my dear daughter Aziza, I am so sorry it took so long to apologize to you. But I believe that it is better late than never. Aziza, you know that I've always loved you, cherished you, and worshipped you. When you were born in 1977, on that beautiful day in September, I had a dream. You were going to be a goddess designed to save many, many. Aziza, Aziza, forgive me. Aziza, 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 forgive me. Aziza, I drew you closer to me to protect you and to guide you. Many became jealous of my.
Hello, hello. You know, it's summertime, and I'm here just sipping on my peaches and my fruit lemonade. Ooh, boy. Boy, I got every fruit in here. And you know what? I like when they get sour, and they just come out with that very sour taste. And I like to say a big shout out to my boy, Ricky Bevel. Big up to you. And I want to say shout out to everybody out there listening now. Out there, King and Queen Radio, love you, BrooklynStation.com. Sister Dobong, we love you all. That's right. And Shay doing a good job tonight placing DJ Turtle. DJ Turtle will be here Saturday. You don't want to miss that great show from 8 until Saturday, DJ Turtle. And it's such a good evening here. And welcome. If you're just joining us now, you're listening to King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. And yes, shout out to everybody. Yes, and we want to say big up to everybody who join us every week and love us. We love you too. North Carolina, South Carolina, big up to you down there. Terry, big up to you. And everybody listening, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, I see you. Georgia, well, I got them peaches, and I will be making me some peach lemonade. Yes, right. That's right. Shout out there to all the folks out there in Florida, all my Floridian people, because you know I'm Floridian too. And say shout out there, wow, and a place called Patonka out there in North Carolina. I have a lot of relatives out there. Shout out to the Palin. Shout out to my uncle and my dear uncle out in Staten Island. I had a very good time talking to you, Kenneth Palin. Big up to you out there in Staten Island. Shout out to all my family down in Jacksonville, Florida, all the Bebbles down there. I see y'all. Y'all really going up, doing big things. Shout out to the Bebble boys out there and all of them down there in Florida. Big up to you. I see all the military guys. Shout out to you out there. And all the late Father's Day to all you. Happy late Father's Day. And all the mothers who had to be fathers too. Because sometimes mothers has to be a father with them boys. Because sometimes when them boys get a certain age, Ooh, you have to look for your masculine side to keep them calm. At least you can't be a man, but you have to try to act like one to toughen up to keep them under control. Because, boy, when they get that certain age, woo, they can be something else. Big up to you, Bev, out there. Shout out if you listen to Hedda. Long time no see. I hope you're good. Happy holiday to you, girl. I hope you're good. Always love you good. Big up to you, Hedda. And everybody who loves the King and Queen Radio, all the doctors out there, all the nurses out there. I know y'all watch me. You think I don't know it? You ask too many questions when I see you. So shout out there to all the doctors and nurses and everybody out there listening to us now. The cops and the detectives and support all the organizations now, folks. There's a lot of organizations out there, legal organization, help the people in need it. There's so many people need it. Well, I want to go into just a little teeny weeny bit of politics with Shay. Shay, I want to ask you, what is going on with the missiles over in Cuba?
Oh, you're talking about the Russian fleet over there in Cuba.
Yes, tell us, because you got info on things.
Well, I mean, basically, they're setting the stage for World War III, right? And, I mean, it's like, you got to understand that it's like, in that document that I read in my first episode, the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, they consider war basically benevolent, which is quite evil. It's benevolent for them because, I mean, whenever there's war, who makes the money? Those that sell the weapons, right?
Okay.
So basically, it's like, if you remember correctly, the last time that the Russians were doing anything in Cuba, we had the Cuban Missile Crisis, right?
I remember.
Yeah, and then they had to assassinate Kennedy because he was so bloodthirsty for nuclear war that even the most evil people in the world had to get rid of him because he was gonna start one. So it's like I wish we'd learned something out of all this, I mean, it's weird that, after 2 world wars, I'm thinking world wars aren't really solving anything, right? If you have 2 of them and everybody's still all pissed off, it's probably not a good idea to try it a 3rd time.
So, excuse me, lemonade give me a choke. Went down the wrong pipes, excuse me, folks. So, what are you saying is... Wow, they too close for comfort for me.
Yeah. And I mean, Russia, it's like there's actually another document that China put out.
Well, I'm going to just block you off a second, like they blocking off. What I mean, they blocking off, you got Russia right there, and then we got China.
Yeah,
they lining up. Don't you see they lining up?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen it coming for a long, long time, but it's like, I don't know.
Because Russia and China is in cahoots with each other, ain't that right?
Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. Is I got another document that reads
so
like.
So they keep lining up. They already got Jamaica too because they're in there so much, so it's easy for them to take that over.
Well, there's basically two different factions we got here, right? Because you got Putin and you got Xi, and basically, I mean, they kind of, who knows what they got going on, and then of course you got North Korea getting involved in it too, So I mean, of course, Niger is now Russian territory. It's kind of a protectorate, or basically it has Russian troops in it. There was a big deal because they had Russian troops and American troops in the same barracks over there in Niger.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
And Nigeria is actually, I mean, since Nigeria isn't using the U.S. dollar anymore, that means they're kind of playing it seems like Nigeria is playing the middle road because they don't really want to get involved so much because Russia's down there trying to get Africa on their side.
Well, they never gonna get Nigeria. Nigeria know how to play the game real well, and trust me, now my Nigerian is not gonna give in to Russia or to America. Matter of fact, our Nigerians right now, you need to listen to our show which you part of King and Queen Radio, you should listen, because every week we talk about what's going on with Nigeria, with the world.
Yeah,
And
I
right now, what's going on with us is that we know what we got is valuable, and we're not trying to give it up. Like, for example, they run the Guinness company out of there, the beer company, and all Nigerians saying, let's put our own company there.
let's do our own beer, right?
You know what I'm trying to say? So, our Nigerians, don't sleep on them. That's all I can say.
Well,
And remember, Ghana is not far from Nigeria. They remember Ghana was part of Nigeria too at one time.
Yeah, as far as I know, Ghana's still basically playing the same game Nigeria is, which is they don't really want to get involved.
Well, it's almost like we with England. We still part of England no matter what. We may have broke off for years and years, but we still allied with them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's part of the treaty.
Well, and I mean, the weird thing about it all is the CIA was actually behind the fall of it was one of the organizations that was behind the fall of the Russian royalty and the establishment of the communist Russia. They were a significant force behind that. They were the support for Stalin and Lenin. So,
well, only thing I can say to you, be ready.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I've been ready for 54 years now. I was raised knowing this stuff.
But again, I want to tell you something, and this is not to put fear in no one, because we're not here to fear no one. We just, again, this is not of the station, we just discussing this. And y'all in my house now. When you're in my house, you're in home with me, so we talk like we're in the home. So everything goes on in the home. So we're in the house right now, so we are discussing like usually just eavesdropping in the house. Y'all listen to our conversation, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, so taking it to that, it's nothing to be afraid of, but it's something to be cautious. Do you believe we have young militant soldiers? Because I don't think so.
What do you mean by young militant soldiers?
They're not trained for military to fight. Do you believe they can you recruit these guys and they strong enough to do anything, this new generation of men?
It's hard to say right now. I mean, one of the issues we're running into as far as military strength goes is nobody wants to enroll in the army.
So the thing about it is now, I think the only way they're going to fight militant now is through computers. Is that right?
Well, according to basically a lot of the people in a position to know that, I mean, there's been a psychological war going on Facebook and all your other social media for the entire time they've existed. So, and there's neurological warfare that we got to worry about too. So,
people forget that they could just shoot something in the air.
Yeah,
and all our nervous systems can break down.
Yeah. So, and I mean, there was a thing I played the other day on my show that was the guy that's basically in charge of the Congressional Oversight Budget Committee. And it's like he was talking about how it's like his office staff, he finally set him to tracking down like all these negative comments and stuff like that. And he said that the governments of the world have created these AI disinformation farms that just spread disinformation so quick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They will put computers out to fight.
Yeah.
They don't need man no more. You send the computers out to fight the world. There's soldiers, but I guess there'll be a law against that among the militants.
Well, I mean, they seem to be really pushing for nukes again for some reason, and I mean, that's
you
stupid.
Said something important. I want you to answer this question because not many people know. Who made gunpowder?
As far as I can trace it back, it goes back to China.
You got it, baby. You know your stuff. Most people don't know that. So now if China made gunpowder, what do you think? They got all the power everywhere. You think they really gave the world all their secrets?
No, no. I mean, you talk to somebody that's been to China, they'll tell you that China does actually manufacture some pretty high quality products. They just don't sell those high quality products.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not to anybody else.
Well, just like everybody say, well, the virus, corona, come from there. Did you know, I believe if they want to send out something now and nuke out half of the world, they can do it right now with some type of chemical.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's like it actually. I mean, you're opening a can of worms there, but I mean, COVID was manufactured. It's one of the reasons why I won't get the vaccine because as far as I know, what the hell did they put in that? Because the first people to come out with the vaccine was Pfizer, and Pfizer had just lost, shortly before that, a huge lawsuit against the government, which basically made them the government's bitch. So I just find it kind of uncanny that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the same place that bird flu that they hyped up and then it fizzled out, popped out of, the exact same place.
Well, since you want to get into that, I'm going to take you back where I believe the coronavirus started from. Well, you're pretty close, but I believe you forgot that they sent up something in space. And when it fell down that time, it ended somewhere in China in a field somewhere. You remember they was up in space and one of the spaceship came down.
Yeah, and I mean they just recently had I don't know if you heard about it, but China did a rocket test where it's like basically New York City almost got hit by one of the stages that dropped off of it.
All right, so now when that ship whatever came down in that desert way off in China, because I remember when it fell. After that, that's when you started observing the birds in the water falling out of nowhere. All these birds was dying and things washing up on the sea. All the fish and stuff was washing up on the sea. How do you know right now those chemicals still is not out there, not really contained 100%?
Well, I mean, it's pretty safe to say that those chemicals are out there, I mean, I did a class one time because I was going to start working on the Superfund sites in North Idaho, and North Idaho is beautiful, but they got so much mercury in the water from mining, you can't disturb the bottom of the rivers because it'll release mercury and poison people. And China's even worse. I mean, I read a book called Lost in Planet China that was written by a guy, kind of just a regular Joe that went to China and wrote about what it was like. He said the entire time he was in the mainland of China, his lungs were screaming for air because you have to wear a mask and there's particulate matter in the air. The air quality is so bad, you just...
Well, right now there's a lot of factories and stuff is closed down and nobody know the reasons why. Along the line, the coastal line, that there's so many places closed down.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I was watching a thing there was entire cities in China that are evacuated.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, what is the causing that you read on that?
It's like that one I'm not uncertain about because, it's like information exchange with China is, as kind of hit and miss sometimes. I mean, China's pretty tight-lipped about what's going on in there, but I know they got a lot of abandoned cities. They got a lot of unrest, civil unrest. But at the same time, it's like Xi's still following Chairman Mao's plan, right? So.
Now, what I want to ask you before, because your show going to be very interesting, that's tomorrow night from 10 until. We have another great show, talks about a lot of criminal activities of the jails and the prison, and that's Wallace B. Show. That's 8 p.m. So those are some great discussion shows, folks. So we want you to tune in on Tuesday nights. And, of course, I know you folks like to dance Wednesday night. You got DJ Legendary Boost Skate Legendary. How you say it?
It's DJ Skate Legend Boo.
DJ Skate Legend Boo.
Yep.
Okay, that's tomorrow night and Wednesday night. And Thursday night, we have that open so far. So Anybody want Thursday nights, give us a call in. We're lined up Fridays. We got Fridays open, and Saturday nights are closed, and Sunday possibly. I got to find out what's happening too, because his car is fixed now. So see, is he gonna do his show?
Oh, would that be DJ Big Diddy? The Sunday
DJ
night? Yeah, the French guy.
DJ Papi Diddy.
He was a good DJ too.
Oh, he'll be back. I get him tomorrow.
And I also mentioned
he's so busy working like us. He works so much. I don't even know how come he not a millionaire. I remember that man as a hard worker. I mean, he was. Oof.
And I'll also mention that this week we're running the test to get the remote, the possibility of people doing shows from the comfort of their own home using remotes.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
If they got their own camera and an internet connection, we're going to be able to do that here coming up.
Wow.
So you don't even have to come in as long as you got the basic equipment.
Okay. So we we're waiting on that. My Africans are definitely waiting on that.
Yeah,
we're just waiting on you, Brooklyn Station. Oh, I want to thank all you folks for going to BrooklynStation.com. We got tremendously people are going there now, and they are there. And all you Brooklynites, we want your business. We're coming for you. This is your station, Brooklyn Station. So Brooklyn, where are you? Okay, so King and Queen Radio belongs to the world. Jamaica, Africa, and the old world. The old world. Okay, now I'm starting to talk patois. I need to know how to speak my language, and I know patois very well. So when I want to get down like a Jamaican, I can do it. Okay, but I need to know my language, PG. And I don't know why I don't know it. I heard it all my life, but for some apparently reason, I guess I was trying to be too much English, trying to go to school. You know, when you come from an environment, you try to change, and that's not always good. What do you say about that? Let me ask you on your opinion before we...
I spilled my soda there.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be drinking in the studio. You're going to spill it on the machine and pop go the weasel. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Pop goes the weasel. I bet you don't ain't heard that in a long time. And by the way, where did Pop Goes the Weasel come from?
You got me on that one. I mean, I know a lot of the old kids songs.
One day I'm gonna take you down way down that country road. I'm gonna take you way down that country road and see how much country can you be. Can you? Well, I'm gonna give you one word now and let you think about it. What is a thingamajig?
Well, a thingamajig is a thing with a ma and a jig.
You got it, boy. Most people wouldn't even know what it is. You got that thingamajig.
The thingamajig.
Oh, God. I ain't heard that in a long time. Okay, thingamajig. Okay, what about a scooter bugger?
That's one of them. That's one of them bugs that hangs out in the water.
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. Well, you may have called it a doom bugger.
Yeah. Not sure of that one.
You should have known it, right?
No, yeah.
Dune buggy.
Dune buggy.
Now everybody, I can talk some Geechee when I wanna.
Now, see, I ain't seen a good dune buggy in a while.
People don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think they really have those anymore.
Oh, yes, they do. They got the real, wow, that's something to think about. When did the dune buggy go out of existence?
Well, I think it was when they came up with those like, because they're similar but different. The four-wheelers, the motorcycle four-wheelers. I think those replaced the dune buggy.
Well, them days it was nice riding in a dune buggy.
Yeah, I remember they had that movie about the magic dune buggy.
Now we're gonna go country, because me and him from the same land, same place. They're just different areas, but we from the same land, the same place. So, so I do know. Did you ever get a chance to have a mule and a wagon?
With us it was horses.
Y'all had horses, huh?
Yeah, we had horses, and the funny thing too, because I guess there's this new conspiracy
So then
theory.
you know all the codes. What you say to a horse when you wanted to stop?
We just said, I can't do it anymore because I don't have any
Yeah,
teeth.
it was a certain word we use that make a horse stop.
Yeah, we just clicked.
I forget what that was too. Hey, it wasn't hey, it was something that was.
Whoa.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Whoa.
Yeah,
whoa,
they
whoa.
got these conspiracy theorists
And those
city.
horses understood that language too.
Oh yeah, but they got
Get up. When we want them to go, we say get up.
They got conspiracy theorists in the inner cities now that say horses aren't real.
What?
Yeah, supposedly horses are not real.
Well, what are they?
I don't know, some type of alien, I guess.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's
Then you
kinda
might as well
ridiculous.
say, well, if you want to go into aliens on Earth, I'm going to tell you what an alien is. And maybe I'm a little cuckoo too. But I seen them around tombs and I seen them around everything. And they're the most smartest thing in the world, and that's a cat.
Yeah, cats are pretty smart,
Cats, to me, are aliens. Everything about them, they sneaky. They can read your mind. They know how to con you. A cat really know how to con you. I watch how my cats operate. They know how to con you, and they don't like you.
It just depends. Like
They only like you when you giving them what they want. After that, they do not want to be bothered with you.
Yeah, see, according to the Sumerian mythologies, one of the beasts that was taken from the Anunnaki home planet was lambs.
Was who?
Lambs, sheep.
And what did they do?
They brought them over here for food.
Where did it come from?
Nibiru.
Where?
Nibiru, the 12th planet, the home planet of the Anunnaki. Supposedly, according to the Sumerian mythology,
Well,
or the
something
Sumerian
about
histories.
them that they so special and was so holy and was always sacrifice the lamb. Why is that? I never understood why is the lamb chosen to be the sacrifice one.
Possibly because they did bring them from the planet, supposedly from their home planet to feed us with. So sacrificing them to the gods would be basically like showing appreciation for the food they brought, I imagine. Could be.
We need to do some research on lambs. Now you got me very interested because they're in the Bible, they're everywhere, even become a lamb. And it's something about them, they follow the pastor, they follow like in an order.
Yeah, basically, according to the Sumerian histories, after the whole Babel thing, and I don't know if you're familiar. They got about 10 million different ruined structures they found throughout Africa that basically were, as far as they can tell, they were used for growing food. And I mean, they formed this huge network that just basically got wiped out. So after that, supposedly the Anunnaki had to send to their home planet to bring wheat, corn, lambs, sheep, basically, and donkeys.
And those are mysterious animals, donkeys.
Donkeys, yeah, donkeys are kind of weird because it's like they're obstinate beasts, that's for sure.
Well, definitely you don't want to lead of a goat. When people used to get angry with someone from where I come from, they would turn a goat loose in your place while you're gone.
Yeah, go to destroy everything.
When
What
you
it don't
come-
eat, it'll ruin you, right?
When you come back, you didn't have anything. But the only thing you could do is you catch him in there, chop him up, and put him in a pot and eat him.
Yeah, see, and I mean, I believe goats possibly, it's hard to remember the specifics, but yeah, they basically after they, because the whatever weapons they used, That's where the Sodom and Gomorrah story comes from, right? And all those ruins in Africa, which was a giant food-producing thing, and it's like I'm watching a thing. I can't remember the guy who's doing it, but he was pointing out that going down into Africa and checking out all these megalithic ruins, and it's pretty intense.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you folks. This is the kind of news we want on brooklynstation.com. And if you have a book, you have a topic out there, you want to be discussed, you want to get on the program, you could be able to get on Brooklyn Station, get your own hour, and talk about whatever you want, and have your own talk show. So we got a talk show. We got the place for you is Brooklyn Station now. It's talk. Talk, and only weekends we have music for reggae, we have hip-hop, we have all the genre of music playing during the weekend, but during the weekday, we have talk shows. So we want you on there, and you can go and hear this show again, because Brooklyn Station will be playing a lot of our talk shows from the past, and a lot of different talk shows until we get the station settled in with newcomers. So we do invite you, be the first one to come and get your talk show. I know you love to talk, and we got the right spot for you. That's Brooklyn Station. Because we're in the center of Brooklyn, and that's why I call Brooklyn Station, because that's one thing about Brooklyn people. They will talk about you.
Yeah, and
they will talk about you.
And as of Wednesday, we'll have a video on demand links for the older some of the past episodes of a couple of our shows.
Oh, so that's fantastic.
That'll be up and running Wednesday. So.
Oh, great, fantastic.
Newsletter this week will be going out Wednesday.
Wow. That's why you need to get some rest too, because you've been up and running. You got to not run your body down like me. You run down and get sick, and I fattening up. In the 1 week, I bet you I done put on back all them big pounds. I can lose it, and I put it back on. I can eat around the clock, nonstop, and look like people just keep bringing me food.
I tell you, when I was at the DMV getting my license replaced, the lady, that's how I got the cold I have now, because she was snuffling and sneezing, and I was like, man, come on.
People sneeze. Well, that's the thing, and that's why you have to use in here Lysol before you give me microphones and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people are alcohol, spray it with alcohol, because people have that tendency now love to cough at people.
Yeah, they don't cover their mouths, and they just like cough right at you, it's kind of rude.
The New Yorkers just rude with that.
Yeah,
just cough at you and sit there and talk to you and cough at you.
Get right in your face and shit.
And see, I'm quick temper. I be ready to slap them right in the face, because you should know better.
Well, yeah,
you're talking to me and coughing at me.
You notice the first thing I said when I got sick, when I came home. What was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. I told Ricky to tell you I was sick and you weren't gonna see much of me.
He forgot to tell me, because I would have sent you some medicine.
Yeah, because I was down there last night. I was like rolling around with a fever. I'm doing a lot better today, though.
Thank God. You made it. The devil's a liar. We proved this show to be a success after all. The lights went out. Every Monday there's a voodoo, but they don't know we both witches.
Yeah, they always.
He's a warlock. He's in that high craft too. He like me. He's in a craft. He know the craft too. So Che ain't no joke. Che half Indian. So he know powers. He know how to send them forces right back.
Yeah,
so set them on, because you got two witches here.
Yeah, there's very few people that actually have the type of mentality it takes to be jealous or try to take other people down that really have that much power, because it's the spirit and intent, right?
And I want to thank all of them out there who had the parade and did a video on my float and didn't even put the name on the float and didn't even put me in the picture on my parade and my float.
Yeah.
Wow. How cold can you be? But that don't bother me, because when I look at it, I know it's mine. So you can't, in history, people like to erase people. Well, that made me understand now how so much black history got erased in the past, and other people's history too, not only blacks, but there probably was a lot of top Italian, not Italians, but other countries that had leaders out there and peoples out there. And guess what? This is what you're doing right now to your history. Black American history, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. You're erasing your history without even you knowing it.
Yeah, and it's history.
Later on, it's not going to be found. After 1 or 2 or 5 generations, people who can't talk about it no more is dead. The history is gone.
Yeah. And without your heritage, you know, if you don't know where you come
So
from,
I
you
know
can't learn from your
things was
mistakes.
very hard with everybody, and everybody suffered things, but you can't just wipe out too much history.
No, 'cause
Tear
you-
down this one, tear this statue down. That's what they did in the olden days when those leaders got there.
Yep. And,
Once they take a city, what you think they do? They wipe out your history.
Yep, and it's like, so, I mean, we're running
So
into...
people are happy to sit with you and say, come on, let's wipe it out. Yeah, this was slave. This man did this. No, keep his behind up there so he can be known who he is, so his family down generation can say, look, he did this. What a shame, because generations are changing now. It's not going to keep promoting hate. It's going to promote a change because the world don't think the same anymore.
No, thankfully.
So while you are so busy wiping out your history, people, keep your history. History is a very part of you. That's why they got ancestry. People so busy digging up their history.
Yep.
And guess what? They're charging you millions of dollars on ancestry to find your history. And here you all got your history right before you, and you're sitting there letting people convince you with this prejudice stuff to wipe out your history. That woman that played, I felt so bad for her. She was the first black actress, and she played the maid. What was her name? She had her head tied on the pancake box. Aunt Jemima.
Oh, Aunt Jemima, yeah.
Now, they wiped her out.
Oh, man, you read about her. She was a remarkable woman, too.
They wiped her history out.
It's a pity because that history actually has a lot to say for it.
And I'm saying, why would you wipe this woman history out? She is our roots. She showed the first black what they couldn't do.
If I remember...
And we can do it now. You're going to go wipe her out because she wore a head rag on her head?
If I remember correctly, she was a slave originally and then made her way up to being the spokesperson for, you know, Prada.
She wasn't a slave. Her mother and father was a slave.
Something like
but
that.
But she came up and everybody wiped out her history.
Yeah, because I was actually just reading about her a few months ago on a little article that was talking about her, and I was quite impressed with her achievements.
I was impressed with her achievement too.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, how ill-treated she was, and you need that history so people can see what really was done to people, and they can't say this is all right.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, people with courage like that, you know, serve as an example.
But again, who am I? This is just my talk here in my house. This is my opinion, and my opinion could mean nothing.
Basically.
You understand? Neither is yours. So, you know, but it's just something that a person, I think, I don't care how bad a criminal they are, keep their behind up there showing.
Yeah.
You understand? So another person could say, and put the badness underneath their name. This person did this, they did that, and they did this. Shame them throughout the rest of the universe.
Yeah.
You understand? Instead of erasing them.
Well, you know, I mean, we're getting about that point now because, I mean, it's like, you notice if you're walking down the street, they got stores, they got pictures of the boosters right in the windows. So if you
No,
got...
but I exactly understand what you say. Now, I like all the artists and all the big time, but I don't think you should name a street behind someone who had criminal activities behind them, and just because they're famous in music, they should get a street name behind them. What do you say about that?
Yeah, well, we're pretty much stuck on pop culture here. So, I mean, it's like people just, it's a pop culture type of thing. Yeah.
So do you think whole New York is pop culture? I don't think so.
New York's pretty trendy. They're pretty brainwashed here.
So don't you think we should get a street name behind us?
Hey, heck yeah. I want a street with my name on it.
All right. Well, we're at Name Avenue J, Sister Dobong Place.
There we go.
And Che Mansion. All right, so y'all go vote for that. Okay, King and Queen Radio, this should be the crowns of it. I've been here in this place over, since I've been 28 years of age, so I'll leave it like that. So this is the original King and Queen, and Fulton Street, original King and Queen, is still there.
Yeah, New York's changed a lot in that time.
So in the 70s, was a great time in New York City and Brooklyn. So folks, we're going to take you to a little more music so you can dance a little bit, because this is what talk show is all about on BrooklynStation.com.
See the nation through the people's eyes. See tears that flow like rivers from the skies. And where it seems they're only borderlines, where others turn inside, you shall rise. You shall rise. There's disaster in your past, boundaries in your path. What do you desire when lifts you higher? You don't have to be extraordinary, just giving those who never heard your cries. You shall rise. You shall rise and look toward the skies. Where others fail, you'll prevail. You shall rise.
my sleeves so way down low. I will sink my fingers in your hair. And I will wait for one and only word. If I ever get home before dark, Lord, you held me hostage for so long.
Oh, I know it's only time until you pull the job that kills. You say you'll never do it again, but you know you will. Call your boys who know the drill. It pains me to see how you get your thrill. Now time will prove, but now you have to
That's
choose.
right, that's right. Woo! I know you're enjoying it because I'm getting into it now. Woo, boy. This is Multicultural King and Queen Radio. Everything goes on kingandqueenradio.com. You must visit daily, download the app, kingandqueenradio.com. Again, we have a talk show station. That's brooklynstation.com. And that's right, I'm here dancing and the camera dancing with me. Boy, I love this. I'm just having a good time here this evening. And I want to say thank you, each and every one. And my team in Africa is waiting for me midnight. So be on kingandqueenradio.com at midnight, kingandqueenradio.com. Me and Lot Sundays going to bring a great show coming directly from Nigeria. And now on this show, what we're going to tell you about Africa and the things going on in Africa, you will know exactly what's happening because it's coming directly from Nigeria. So midnight, stay tuned because we got a lot to talk about. And what we're doing now in Africa is Awake. We are exploring other African countries, not only out of Nigeria, but we are studying the countries near us like Ghana and Burkina Faso, and that's where our DJ is from on Sundays, Burkina Faso. So you're going to learn so much culture, our African culture, so you won't miss out on nothing. If you decide to go to live in Africa, you're going to know about it. You're going to know the latest news because you're hearing it directly from Africans that talking to you and telling you what's going on. We also going to start teaching you the rules and regulations, what you should not do and what you should do. Because, you know, you run off in another country, you think you could smoke weed. You run off in Nigeria, you may run in there and think you could smoke weed, and next thing you know, you're locked up. And you do not want to go to the jails in Nigeria and other foreign countries because ain't nothing sweet in them jails.
Well, that's just like they had that one guy that he got 50 years for making Facebook posts that made fun of the king there in Thailand, right? 50 years for Facebook posts.
That's right. So you got to be careful. Other countries, their laws stick, and the American country can't get you out. Did they get that girl out of Russia yet? Did they negotiate and get her out of Russia?
I know, as far as I know, the basketball player, they did get her back.
Oh, they did get her back.
Yes, but we traded some nasty guys for, you know, I mean, we traded some people that are going to go out and they're going to kill a whole bunch of people.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, and the sad thing is she's got to bear that burden, you know.
Wow. So, folks, before you run off in them other countries, people are calling. I think they're trying to make sure our phone line's working over there, please.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
It ain't calling
Folks,
this line.
anybody calling us, call us at the number 718-253-4239 or 718-676-0820. My private number for private readings is 718-253-7273 for spiritual readings. Your personal friend, 718-253-7273 for readings. Right now on the station, you call us 718-253-4239, 718-676-0820. We got so many people listening to us tonight. We love you, welcome you, welcome you. If you're new on this, we're on every Monday night from 9 to 2 a.m. To be safe, be on kingandqueenradio.com all the way through, but we also are broadcasting on brooklynstation.com until 12 midnight. Then brooklynstation.com take off on its own. So again, we on King and Queen Radio. Go there now, stay on there, download, share, and like, and tell your friends about us. You need them spiritual prayers and stuff, go to sisterdobong.com. And I'm starting to get that threat. I hope I'm not getting a strep throat because I'm starting to feel that probably I need to rest. SisterDobong.com. SisterDobong.com have all the prayers, lucky numbers there waiting for you right now. Do you need a hot lucky number? Go to SisterDobong.com. Hot lucky numbers waiting for you on SisterDobong.com. Do you want to gamble? The phone is ringing.
Yeah, we got a phone call. Hold on 1 second.
You want a gambler? You go on SisterDobong.com for all the prayers. Let me see, who do we have? I know we got our number one. Good evening.
Good evening, Sister Dobong. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you this evening?
Good. I almost ain't make it home in time to get to talk to you.
Oh, boy, yeah. Well, it's good to hear from you. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, so what's going on? Tell us about cartel. You heard anything?
Well, we don't know what's going on. I'm just praying for victory. Everyone is talking and vlogging. I don't mean to be rude. Everybody got money to make, but I hope it's with good intentions, you know?
Yes, because everybody want cartel out, because if cartel don't get out, I feel sorry for the people in Jamaica because they're going to tear that place up. You know?
Yeah.
So but the prayers is going out the cartel. Prayers is going out the cartel from King and Queen Radio. Well, I don't really like to choose and pick because you don't want to go against people also who was murdered or who said was murdered. But just, you know, it's just a touchy thing. We just want justice and peace for everything that's right. But anyway, your life look like you going good, look like the spirit go good for you. Your love life is turning a little better. Things are going to get better. It look like your enemy's trying to back off you a little bit. So look like St. Alex is taking care of your business, kind of stopping people from attacking you. So you got some good spirits working for you. You need to light a red candle this week and pray very strong to the spirit. I'm seeing here St. Michael again. And do the
Michael?
Yeah, and do the 51st song. That's going to help you out. But you got some money coming to you. Wash your hands.
51 song?
51 song. You got some money coming to you, so you want to wash your hands good with some peppermint oil or peppermint leaves. Wash your hands for 3 days and pray the 23rd song and say, money, come to me, come to me. And if you can get to the casino somewhere, you got a lucky machine running with you. It's going to have some elephants on it or some look like rhinoceros. And you may pick up a couple of dollars. That's what the spirit show. That's what the spirit. Oh, Saka. Oh, my.
That's why I need to hit Atlantic City. You coming?
Yes, ma'am. I feel it. I feel it. Yes, I do.
You're going to make me more lucky. You're going to have the elephants jumping out of your bag.
Oh, good girl. Bring them on. Bring them on. So, and you know, you just put me in the spirit. Right now, that spirit jumped me. And you know something, I'm just feeling the Holy Ghost. Sometimes that spirit just jumped me and tear me up. And the spirit just give me everything. But you know your house is starting to clear up a little bit because you had them them energies running around in your house didn't belong there. Them dead people need to leave you alone.
Yeah, my friend died down the hall.
They need to leave you alone. You ain't got nothing to do with them. You got to wash them out. You got to wash them demons out your house. You got to get you some good pine sol. And you're going to get that pine sol and you're going to pray over it. And what you're going to do in it, you're going to put 1 cup of salt and then you're going to wash your house out. And you're going to cut all that negative energy coming from the graveyard. Ha, 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 ha.
Pine sol, 1 cup of salt in a whole bottle of pine sol?
That's right. And to wash them enemies out your house. Because you know somebody took something from you. You're supposed to have that house. And that house may come back to you. You may get some money from that house.
I'm not getting the house now.
What did do you may get something from it?
But the house is gone. They took the house.
Yeah, they may have to give you some money. Look back into it.
All right. Yeah, they said they waiting to see what's going to come. If we're going to get, it looks like a loss or win. We don't know.
You meant for something. I tell you that, and I know it. All right. But I'm smelling that sage. Burn some sage over it, and if you can put it in a pot and jump over it 3 times, you're good to go. You heard?
Jump over some sage in a pot 3 times. What's that going to help?
That's bring away something that's good in your life. Bring that love life back. Talk to you later. Have a good evening. Your lucky number is 400 400, and I'm gonna give you 5378, and I'm gonna give you 6 numbers. That's 25, 38, 16, 49, 18, 20. All right, you got it? You're good to go, girl.
All righty.
All right.
I got a lot of work to do. Homework.
Go do
your
homework.
Take care of you on Thursday.
All right, darling. God bless you.
Let's hope for victory tomorrow for that man. Keep him in prayer.
All right. And anybody want to send any donation to the station, just go on King and Queen Radio. Send any donation. You will be blessed. A phone is ringing on your side over there. See, can you pick it up? Get that last caller. Okay, as soon as you got the caller, put them on because the clock is ticking. Hello, caller.
Hi, good night.
Yes, how are you?
I'm on the air. Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And what's going on?
It's so much mixed. Have you heard about the bishop who got sentenced 9 years today for robbing the church people? And Oprah?
Get out of here. The bishop.
That bishop from Flatbush. He always wore Fendi suits, Louis Vuitton suits, big car. Today they sentenced him 9 years for robbing one of the church women, $90,000, promising her home.
Yes,
whole time he was doing fraud, and the FBI was knocking on his door.
Well, honey, I did hear about that because that was he's the one that set up the robbery and he got robbed in the church. Oh, well,
yes.
But he came from jail, so you know, come on, that was expected. Not really, but you know, what can you say? And what'd you say about Oprah?
Okay, a couple of days ago, they said she was sick, but the rumor on the street says she had some little thing going on in her South African school, and they about to extradite her and lock her up.
Woo! Child, hush your mouth.
They about to lock Oprah up, boy.
Well, you know, I don't know. A lot of people got it in with Oprah, and Black Americans got it in with Oprah some kind of way. I want to get this topic next week, and we're going to go into it. I would love for you to call us back, Miss Dum Dim, please, next week, and we're going to bring us some good gossip. And shout out to you, by the way, out there. Your spirit feel very positive and cleansed, because we got some news to talk about, because it's so much going on with the Grammy I want to talk about, and I'm going to try to get some people to call in next week. and we're going to talk about, because I want to talk about that Celine Dion. She appeared here in New York tonight, you know.
Who?
Celine, how you say, C-E-L-I-N-E, Celine Dion.
Celine Dion?
Yeah, you don't know her?
The singer.
Yeah, she's supposed to have been here today in New York.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big thing. And you know, she was supposed to be sick with, I think, with something like cancer. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, she has something going on with her, some medical thing going on with her.
But she's appearing tonight in New York. I just got the news.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I didn't know that.
So everybody, well, the news came to me today, and I'm going to tell you about those Grammys, too, because that's all was talked about last night. What's his name? I seen him. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, it's good to talk to you, girl. Take a good bath with some honey and do the 23rd song, and it'll bring a lot of good luck to you this week.
All righty. Have a good night.
And just don't forget to call Hi John the Conquer. Hi John the Conquer. Bring me what I want. Okay. All right, girl. I'm going to talk to you later. Love you.
All right. Good night. Love you too.
Good night. Okay, folks, you're listening to King and Queen Radio. I got to get ready and go to Africa. Meet me on King and Queen Radio. Lot, I'm coming. All my team in Africa. DJ Pop Mark, get the music ready. Che play some good music here tonight. I want you to challenge him tonight. And next week, I'll be joining back alongside DJ Turtle. And we always going to keep Che around because Che is the house, the manager. Che is everything to this, like Lot is everything over there. So, and I fight with Lot just like I do Che. They both get it. But we make sure you people happy. Because God bless you all and bless this team and bless our team that we can come in your homes every day and spread Africa culture throughout the world and let you know not all Africans are scammers. Not all Africans are bad. In every country you find something of everybody. So let's make things positive and let's unite in the world and be happy. That's why you got King and Queen Radio Multiculture. And I want to say a shout out to D.A. Wise. I love you, girl. Big up. I want her to come on one night and give you the struggle, what it is to be a successful black woman and go to these jobs and they throw you out these best jobs and they stop you from getting into jobs. I want her to talk about that because when my other doctor and friends, they hear this story when they try to get jobs, they feel like something on them. No, it's people. You're overqualified. I'm hearing this over and over. I used to hear my niece say, well, I go at these jobs, I got the higher education, and they told me don't write too much on them. Then what are you going to school for? Chad, give me some answer on that because you know it well because you're very high educated. Give us something real fast before we go. What is going on with the jobs? Why do you got so much education? You overqualified. What that mean?
Basically, the idea of overqualified is just saying that they don't want to fork out the cash that it costs for a certain level of education.
So you have to go in there in order to get a job and put yourself on lower standards.
And pretty much. I mean, they're basically, the ultimate goal is a two-class system, them and their slaves, basically.
Okay.
You know, they ain't cool about it. They never were happy about having to let the slaves go, and they would, to basically make up for that, they're geared towards enslaving us all.
Wow. You said something makes sense. You know, you really said something that hit home there. Since they didn't want to make the slaves go, so they say, okay, we got to make this money anyway, so we'll make everybody slaves. And only the people who in power stay in power, and anybody who not part of their clique will not be able to get in power because they only want the slaves, the lesser people. So you stuck The John the slaves too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
George Carlin had said it best when he said it's a big club and you're not in it.
Okay. Folks, you heard it. With that, I'm going to Africa and see what's going on with my family over there. I'll talk to you later. I love you all. Meet me on kingandqueenradio.com. And Valentine, I'll see you in a few minutes. And God bless you all, okay? Thank you, Che, for doing such a beautiful job tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep.
I'll curse you out later on.